We're back on Wave News 10 Midday, continuing to follow breaking news this midday. One person in custody, at least one person shot and wounded after two attempted robberies at pharmacies in Virginia Beach earlier this morning.
We are covering this from every angle. We have several different reporters who are following this story. Aaron Kelly is out. Andy Fox is out right now. We've sent Chris Horn to the scene of the second robbery location. But let's go right now to Ann McNamara, who is at the location where all of this came to an end. Aaron? Ann?
And we'll get to Ann in just a second, but right now, Andy Fox standing by. Andy, what do you have for us?
Okay, we're out here actually with him. We're fully covering this story. This is Doug Romano. Doug Romano's eyewitness account is very important because he followed it mostly down Virginia Beach Boulevard from Laskin Road. Tell us what you saw, Doug.
Well, I was down at Little Neck Road and Virginia Beach Boulevard and witnessed the vehicle blow through that intersection at a very high rate of speed. And at that point, he leaned out the driver's window over his left shoulder and apparently fired. I heard two gunshots back at the police officers. They were probably a couple 300 yards behind him. And they just continued on down with the pursuit.
And so you were at the Wells Fargo at Little Neck.
That's
correct.
Is that
correct? Okay, and so you saw this, and then what happened?
So then I figured they might want to know that there were shots fired there, and so I went ahead and followed down to this area and arrived after they had the suspect in custody and let them know that I had seen, shots fired at that point.
Okay, and then when you got to this scene, what did you see?
They had the suspect out of the vehicle and in the back of a police car, and they were rendering medical assistance to him.
Okay. Was he saying anything? Did you hear anything?
No,
Did you hear police saying anything?
No, I did not.
Okay. Doug Romano, thank you very much. Appreciate it. And that is an eyewitness account, and he came down a long way. Oh, did you see them throw down the spikes or anything?
No, I did not. That was already done by the time I had gotten here.
Right. We have reports of them throwing down the spikes trying to get him, but our understanding is that he was coming down Virginia Beach Boulevard and then did a U-turn and came back here, and then you could see this blue car right over here. That was his right over here. That was his blue car, and he was taken out of that, put in an ambulance, and taken away for treatment. We still see the police over here working the scene. In the middle of the road here, we have some other debris as well, but obviously this is the blue vehicle in which the suspect drove, and we are unsure of the type of medical assistance, but he was taken away in an ambulance. We do not know exactly the extent of his treatment. There was a bandage around his head. I'm being told by my colleague Ann McNamara that there was some type of a bandage around his head that he sustained in this situation. We are also checking out another scene that was at Bonnie Road. There, and as we heard from Doug, this was a huge scene all the way down Virginia Beach Boulevard. When we got to Bonnie Road, Bonnie and Independence, we saw a police cruiser that was involved in some type of a crash there. We are being told that it was not the fault of the civilian, but actually probably, and we asked the police department, this is something else that we're checking out as well, finding out exactly if that was involved in this as well. We are being told by police on the scene that it was not, but obviously our question is, if you were responding to this scene, then certainly that is involved in this situation. So we're still working on that as well. We've got a lot of moving parts to this story. 10 on your side, fully covering this on many angles. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, very fluid situation. Thank you, Andy. And he mentioned the scope of the